Well, it is Sunday morning in Bangkok, and today Stuart and I are flying from Bangkok through to Melbourne, economy class on Thai Airlines. We've enjoyed a couple of nights in Bangkok after 6 nights at Phuket, which was amazing. We paid for these flights using credits we had from COVID cancelled flights back in 2020. Despite Thai going through an entire bankruptcy proceeding in the meantime, the credits were still good for use. We used the self-check-in terminals at Bangkok Airport. There was no problem. It saves a lot of time if you're travelling economy. Okay, so easily checked in using the self-check and the self-bag drop. Find our way to the lounge. The lounge is long and thin and wasn't too busy when we arrived. So we've arrived pretty early at the airport at 5:30 a.m. About a 30-minute delay to get through passport control, but otherwise plain sailing. And we're killing some time in the Royal Silk Lounge, the Thai lounge. I have access here as a Star Alliance Gold member, thanks to my many flights on Air India earlier in the year, which got me gold status with Star Alliance. So the lounge is quite decent, some pretty basic food for breakfast, but just a fairly restful place in what is otherwise a fairly busy and chaotic airport. So Stuart's enjoyed some Ben & Jerry's ice cream at 7 a.m. It's a great way to start the day before a 9-hour flight. Anyway, let's see what economy class is like on Thai Airlines. Bangkok Airport is architecturally impressive, but there can be pretty long walks to get to your gate. C2. And yet another queue. So a bit of a security check at the gate, extra security, and then we're boarding. Today we're flying on an Airbus A350-900 series. Boarding was well underway when we got to the gate, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty full flight today. So Stuart, what do we have here? We have a little set of headphones, or earbuds I should say.
That's right.
Yes, a blanket.
Purple blanket.
And a pillow.
Matching purple pillow.
Everything sealed in sterile plastic covers.
เมลเบิร์นนะครับบิน7ชั่วโมง45นาทีอากาศตามเส้นทางบินวันนี้ท้องฟ้ามีเมฆค่อนข้างมากตลอดทางขณะนี้เรารอผู้โดยสารสุดที่สุวรรณครับ This may take about 10 minutes. Take a moment to watch the safety video. Chemical safety check at your station.
This was the last leg of a 3-week trip. I had flown from Melbourne to New York City on Qatar Airways business class. I was going to a college reunion in upstate New York, and then I flew from New York to Singapore on Singapore Airlines business class, had a night in Singapore, then flew to Phuket where I met up with Stuart. We had a week in Phuket, then a couple of nights in Bangkok, and now we're finally heading back to Melbourne.
Cabin crew prepare for takeoff.
There's a pretty decent in-flight entertainment system with some new release movies, but like most people these days, I bring my own entertainment. The earbuds that are supplied are pretty basic, so it's a good idea to bring your own headset. The screens are a reasonable size, and there is a USB port as well, so you can charge a device. My tray was not particularly clean, so that was a bit disappointing. Not long after takeoff, they began serving breakfast. Well, breakfast has arrived. There was no choice offered, it was just handed to me, so it's a bit of a mystery. We'll see what it entails. Some sort of omelette and potato, a croissant, some fairly basic fruit, and a cup of yogurt, and some water. After breakfast, the lights were dimmed for the remainder of the journey. It was a daytime flight, but we spent the 7 hours pretty much in darkness. About 2 hours out of Melbourne, they turned the lights on and began the second meal service. The second meal, we did have a choice: chicken curry with rice or fish with mashed potato. The sides don't look terribly appetizing, but there you go. Well, the Penang curry was quite tasty. The tuna salad wasn't too bad. But I have to say this strawberry rice dessert is quite unappealing. And with about 1 hour, not even that, with 40 minutes left to go, I'm finally offered a glass of wine, although I did actually have to ask for it. They only offered tea or coffee, but I knew they had wine on the trolley somewhere. So, beverage service not particularly strong on this flight. This flight for one thing, what would it be?
It would be the heat.
The heat.
It is so hot.
It's been hot the entire 7.5 hours.
It's like the desert.
It is.
It's like the red centre.
Yeah, I sort of wish I wore shorts and sandals.
I should have worn a bathing costume.
Yes.
And brought a little bath.
Yes,
so we could splash around in the
It's
water.
very warm. Anyway. Otherwise, it's been pretty good.
Yeah, apart from
I'd
that.
say these seats are comfortable. I don't get a sense of the padding flattening out on me. The seats are quite comfortable.
They're okay.
So there are individual lights, but not individual air vents on this A350.
Air traffic control slowed us down a little bit, but before long we were on approach to Melbourne as nighttime settled in. We had a good view of Port Phillip Bay and the skyline of Melbourne as we approached Tullamarine Airport. Made it to Melbourne, Stuart. That was a very long 7 hours and 40 minutes, and the hottest plane I've ever experienced in my life.
I have no idea what happened to the ventilation.
No, but it was actually an okay flight, I thought.
I thought it was alright.
Yes, not too bad. It's the first time I've done Thai economy. We we're here and we're on time.
It's achievable, it's affordable.
That's right.